as the chair of the Cambridge Schools community and as the principal of the Karachi Grammar School, I figured that you would be the right person to speak to about education, right? And so, I've been thinking a lot about education, especially since we use a lot of AI in our work.
Yeah.
And the more I find myself reliant on AI, the more it makes me think about, is the current education system for our kids set up for them to leverage what's about to happen when it comes to knowledge, when it comes to learning, when it comes to comprehension? Because we no longer need to retain. We need to access and we need to comprehend. And so it really started to get interesting for me, but I was like, I'm not the expert. Let me get the expert on the subject. So walk me through how you see the education system needing to evolve.
Yeah, not sure I'm the expert, but I do have some mad ramblings. So, education is dynamic and it's constantly changing. Most of us that are involved in education are very aware of that. It can change from year to year, let alone, a decade to a decade. And we're now on the precipice of a huge change, which is AI and this putting to bed the idea of rote learning and a knowledge-centric education system. Right. And I think most educators, they're now aware that a knowledge-centered education system has had its time, and now we need to move on and prepare the kids for the demands that they're going to be placed on them in the 21st, 22nd, 23rd centuries. And that is a very different environment, a very different scene to what we're currently being faced. It's going to be very interesting to see how AI develops further, right, and how not just schools, because the schools are end users. You've got the examination bodies that design the exams, which literally then dictate the curriculum you're teaching. Right. And you've got governments who are asking for a set curriculum. Right. So there's a whole number of people that need to get this right so that us as end users can deliver what it is the children need.
So if you've got so many players in this that need to get this right, can it ever be gotten right?
Yes, I think it can.
Because there's too many special interests, there's too many old minds, and like you said, there's so many different stakeholders in this, but the affectees have no say. It's the kids that are receiving the education, right? They have no contribution or say in this. And obviously they're younger and so on, so their parents can. But how do you drive that change? And if there is change to be made, what does that change look like?
Well, that's the exciting thing that brought me to Pakistan, really. You're exactly right. If we were in the UK and I had some crazy novel idea about a different education system, and you can look these up, the Montessori system, the Steiner Waldorf system, completely different way of educating the children, but a very similar objective. If we're in the UK, they would be blocked. Things are very traditional, whereas we're not in the UK, we're in Pakistan, and actually there are some key players, whether that's over at the IBCC or whether it's in Stedda, that are changing things. We're very fortunate that within Pakistan, the Sindh government is sort of 4 or 5 steps ahead of most people in education.
Really?
And I'm including the UK in that.
You're the first person who's praised the Sindh government. That I've come across. Except for the Sindh government themselves.
No. I've been genuinely surprised. So, for example, one of the first things to get right is that the teachers know how to teach. And in many countries that there is a drought of talent.
Is anyone teaching the teachers in Pakistan?
They will be shortly. So there are a number of institutions. Obviously, there's one glowing light, and that's the Notre Dame Institute of Education. You can spot one of their teachers a mile away. But I mean a mile away, because the teachers understand the knowledge transfer. Okay, they get that they're a lecturer, but they're also there as a policeman, as a lawyer, as a nurse, as a friend, as an uncle. There's a whole role that a teacher plays that doesn't necessarily get taught. And when I meet teachers that are very capable in the classroom and have that 360 holistic view of education, they've always been Notre Dame. And recently I bumped into the staff of the IOBM, And they were sounding the same, which perplexed me, because it's unusual here that I've met people that sound like this. And they were Notre Dame as well. They were graduates of Notre Dame that have then gone on to do their PhDs in various places and have come into academia. So it is about to change. The individuals at Stedder are fully aware of this. And what they're trying to do at the moment is standardize all the BEds. So, you go to some universities and it's very academic and theoretical.
Right.
You go to other universities and it's tongue in cheek. Do you even turn up?
Right.
And there are other universities like Notre Dame, IOBM, to name but a few, that are delivering good quality BEds. So what Stedder's trying to do is standardize all of that. And this is happening in Sindh, not in Pakistan.